Hey, good morning, everybody. Today, I am the best farmer outstanding in my field. Yep, it's true. So, let me tell you what I got going on today. I thought about trying to reclaim this patch of land here to plant some things because it's nice and sunny here. Got um, not a lot of overcover from the large oak trees like in some of the other areas. And see, I've already started a little bit of a patch of stuff out here, some lemongrass there. But of course, there's some problems here. The ground is very, very tough here. It's been compacted for years from the cows being on here, and also we got the problem of this stuff here. It's maybe you can make it out. It's this smut sedge, is what they call it, and it clumps up, and they are extremely difficult to get out of the ground, and you spend a lot of time, a lot of energy trying to dig it out, and the ground's still hard, and it's not worth it. So, being the lazy farmer that I am, try to look around and see patterns and see things that how does nature take care of it. Well, let's go and take a look. So the problem is that I need some area where I want to be able to plant some fruit trees or whatever it is that I want to do, and it's not so tough, where there's not a lot of this sedge and stuff growing around that will make it a lot harder. So Mother Nature already takes care of it for me. And what you're looking at over here is a thicket of blackberries, briars. Now, if you run through this, you are going to get cut up like crazy. You're going to be bloody by the time you get through this, if you even make it through. Most animals avoid this. Maybe the gopher tortoises, they can get through it, but not much else gets through this. It is a bit of a nuisance to humans, but on the other hand, I don't know if you can see some of the white flowers, and they're, it's already, a lot of these plants are already past the flowering stage and they already set berries. But when this is flowering, it's beautiful. There's a ton of flowers out here. The bees love it, the insects love it, wasps, they come and they eat mosquitoes also, and they get some of the nectar. So I would consider this a bit of a frenemy. The other thing that the blackbriars does is it is very aggressive, and it takes over an area. So it kills off the sedge. If you were to be able to strip this down and look underneath here, all the roots down there are from the blackberry, the briars here. The ground is softer, it's easier to manage, and you don't have the little lumps and bumps and the hard compacted soil that you would over in the other place I just showed you. So this is actually a really good spot for me to plant stuff like mango or other fruit trees that don't really need a lot of really good soil. Mangoes, they're practically immortal. They'll live off of pretty much anything, and they love the sandy soil. So even though I need to get rid of this, I still need to stick to the principles that I abide by, which Mother Nature is there to help us. And if you just start ripping it out, all get out, you're just going to cause problems. So work with the land, work with nature, see what it's giving you, and see how you can use it to your best advantage. The option is, of course, to mow it all down, or So I'll show you some alternatives. What I started out, thinking, maybe I'll just cut it all down because it's a lot easier and a lot safer for me to walk through. And as I was cutting it, this area here, I noticed some really beautiful pawpaws that I don't want to get rid of. So I just kind of cut around those. And then, I started thinking to myself too, like, okay, well, I'd still do want to keep all the beautiful flowers, the white flowers that attract the pollinators and the insects, beneficial insects, trying to maintain the ecosystem. So how can I do this and still maintain a balance? So instead of clear cutting everything out here, what you can do is just cut like a crisscross pattern of rows here. See, I cut maybe a 2 or 3 foot path here and left in between, and there's another 3 or 4 foot path, maybe 5 feet path here. And what you get is some natural intersections of where you cut, and you can see there's still some of the sedge there that was suppressed. See those lumps there? They're everywhere out there in the rest of the pasture, and so that's part of the problem. But look here. Now I have a spot where I can plant a tree. What I'll do is at the intersection of these little cross paths that I've cut, I'll just dig a mound here and put a tree here. To keep it clear around it a little bit and mulch it, and that way we'll have some natural protection from some of the animals. Yeah, they can get through the path. Yeah. But I mean, still, it's here. The bees will still be happy. I'll be happy, and I don't have to try to figure out where it is that I want to plant a tree, because I've just made some natural spots here, the intersection of these paths that I've cut. And as I was going through doing this, I was thinking about it. Something I read, or maybe I saw a video, I'm not sure, where people were trying to fend off deer and other things, and what they said was that if you make a natural barrier that is a circular pattern, then it confuses the deer. So maybe next time what I'll do is I'll cut a ring, and maybe in the center is where I'll plant the trees. And I could probably, or plant some. I can probably do something like that here with these. Some of the vulnerable plants, or maybe the really small seedlings, I can put it in there. But yeah, so I have a good walkway that I can get to my plants now, and I have a spot where I can just plant it, and look, I have saved some fuel by not having to cut all of this down, and there's still some space here, habitat for the animals, and we'll all live here happily ever after, right? I hope, at least I hope so. And there's some of the rabbits will be darting through here, and it makes some good paths for them to get through now. But I'm sure they may be trying to they may want some more briars to hide from the predators. But yeah, that's the idea here. That's what I've got going on. That's what I'm doing. Some of this other areas here where you've got some big trees like this cabbage palm and some of these oak saplings that have come up. What I'll do is I'll probably clear out a little bit of around them and start planting some flowers or some other things around here that would benefit from the shade of some of these trees and can work in concert with the roots and the mycelium network that's underground here. But yeah, it's another beautiful day, and y'all, if you're thinking about what you want to do with your life, grow some food, because man, nothing tastes better than and the fruits of your own labor. So, all right, we will see you next time, and after I get the plants in here, I'll give you an update and show you how they're doing. All right, bye.